Get to work, I shouted through a huge orange cheerleading megaphone. My orders were directed to a field beyond my friend Kim's backyard pool. I was heckling the laborers, toiling in the heat as I shivered under my beach towel after an afternoon swim. I grew up in a small town of about 20,000 people. Not quite urban, but not quite rural. Of that population, I encountered very little diversity. In 4th grade, Jake moved from Hawaii. Jenny hailed from Northern California. Missy's dad was black, but her mom remarried and we never saw him. That was the extent of it. In middle school and high school, new faces showed up against the white majority. Erica, Lupe, Olga, Erica with a K, Demetrius, and Trina, but the minority students were such a minority, we all knew them by name and knew them to be exactly the same as the rest of us. In history and language arts classes, we learned about white Anglo-Saxons. Never mind, there was a whole world of history and culture to study. In French class, we learned about language in France and Canada. Never mind that half of Africa speaks French. I lived in a little bubble that would tolerate diversity, but not embrace it or be overly welcoming of it. And then the Germans came. My family hosted a student through my younger brother's German class, Christian. He was gorgeous and funny and tall and different. I was fascinated by how different his life was back in Haltern. I was starting to stress out about college, where to go, how to pay for it, what to study, but in Germany, they took a test to determine their career path. After high school, students did a 2-year service project in exchange for college tuition. Christian's assignment: to work on the Canary Islands planting trees. For graduation, I very foolishly chose a computer over the opportunity to travel to Europe. I had to settle for experiences in books and movies to give me a sense of what the world is like. Luckily, people have shown up in my life to teach me about other parts of the world. Sa and Prince Julius taught me about Nigerian culture and food. Jo gave me a glimpse of her upbringing in Ireland and her adventures in Thailand. Sally shared about her extensive humanitarian travel in India, Malawi, and Kenya. Although the only international travel I've done is walking across the border to Tijuana for dinner, I'm seen as being somewhat worldly. It's not because I've gone anywhere, but because I'm curious. When I go to the Asian grocery store in my neighborhood, I always buy something new. So now guava paste, rice noodles, and aloe juice are staples in my kitchen. And when it's time to choose a restaurant, I want to head out for some pad thai, bam pho, or tikka masala. The more I learn about the world, the more I want to explore it firsthand. For now, that means living vicariously through friends, through books, and through movies. There's no question, the next time I'm offered a trip anywhere, I'll be on that plane, hoping that the people at my destination are more open to diversity than I was when I was little.